for our main featured attraction, which
Finally,
is
some good players.
Bughouse World Championship under 2000 section. We have El Josipov and MOsipa, a team from, is that Poland?
Yes.
Poland, against a team from UK, Very Good at Chess and DynamicDyno.
And right away we see a pawn at e6, or something was traded on. The bishops were traded on e6, and now there's a big hole on f7. That's...
Yeah, knight f7 is the way to go. There we go.
So, Coverage, as their group arbiter, can you tell us anything about these teams?
Yeah. Let me pull up their. I believe one of them have. Let me see. So the team of MOsipa and L. Oh, I'm gonna mispronounce. But the Polish team.
Knight is very good for El Josipov. I think he's gonna wait for it. Oh, he should have waited for it, but he didn't. I guess he figured this bishop was still in take. Okay, now knight at f7 can win the queen, and then a pawn would be good. If the king goes up, instead of winning the queen immediately, you could play knight at g8. But the king really should.
Yeah, very important to go knight at g8, because if you move the knight to g8, you're not hitting the queen. Yeah, I can never knock a guy for taking a free queen, though.
Yeah, so the Polish team actually went 3-8 against the top seed of the group, which I think is a pretty good result, since they are the third seed.
That's a lot of knights. I would drop. Ooh, that's not where I would drop the knight. I would have dropped it at g8. But this is interesting still.
The king's really safe on d8, unfortunately, thanks to the strong bishop on d7.
Just move the knight back to where it should have been originally.
MOsipa and Josipov, that's an average rating of 1400. Seems pretty strong for a 3 seed. I'm if they can manage to beat this team, which is definitely not a given.
If knight takes d4, then you could sneakily play knight g8 and then bishop takes d4.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh yeah. Oh, we might see it. Oh, okay,
are we gonna see it? Come on.
Oh.
Come on. Do you believe?
Or knight at d5, which instantly mates.
Yeah, but instant mate isn't as fun as winning a free knight.
That's true. Oh, and
that is not so good. Now new knight in, you have to sack the queen.
He could be instantly mated now.
Yeah, you have to sack the queen to live.
I don't think he has the willpower. Oh, he has the willpower. That's at 1300. Sacrificing your queen is like one of the scariest things to do, but something that these players need to do more often. So shout out to El Josipov for having the willpower to sacrifice his queen there.
Yeah, still he has a tough position here. And there's even an on the board threat of moving the bishop to a4.
Oh, we see his partner did not have the willpower to sack his queen there. I think it's going to be okay for him though.
Not with that knight coming. Now we're gonna see. Ooh, a rook in first. Interesting.
If and then BearyGoodAtChess gets a single pawn, he mates. Oh, but he takes. Okay, this is a bit scary now. Because he can go knight at g8. Or, okay. If the king over knight at g7.
Would have forced the king to run
maybe
up
rook at c7 here, which also defends c2.
Oh, that had to have been a slip. There's no way he wanted knight at a3 for dynamic duo.
Okay, if bishop at a4 attacks and defends.
Yeah. That's it. Dynamic duo had a crushing position and might have been able to win in time, but now I think they're going to flag.
Still bishop at a4, although this now fails to rook at c6 to defend that.
Yeah, I don't think this board is going to matter.
I don't think he can take that. New bishop.
They're up so much material. The question is just, and he places the wrong piece on e8.
Wow. Okay. I mean, still very good at chess. Should be able to win this.
Yeah, but dynamic.
Knight takes knight should have been played. Okay. Oh, never mind. It's going to come down to time. DynamicDyno is going to flag. DynamicDyno, I should say.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we were in for a pretty close, decent.
Yeah, this was a wild game. Our first game. So even though
there was a huge time disparity, but on the board, DynamicDyno and BearyGoodAtChess were just winning for the majority of the time on both boards.
yeah.
Yeah, so this has been the trend for this group. I think both teams are thinkers and they make good moves, but a lot of the games are decided by time. I remember when DynamicDyno and Barry, who were the fourth seeds, they played against Anamaya and #chess. I think they were really, really close to winning one of the games, but they've got flagged.
I love how you speak with fondness about these teams that you're arbitering, as if you are like a loving parent watching them grow up.
Well, these are some of the more responsive teams that I've been arbitering. So
Must be nice to have responsive teams. Wouldn't know how that is.
Oh no.
DynamicDyno, very good. If you're looking for adoptive parents, Chuck Moulton and Scary Snakes, either of us would be happy to welcome you into our home.
So unfortunately, DynamicDyno is down times. He's gonna have to roll out some chess moves. I like this move. When you're not sure what to do, you can. A way to defend is to use one of your pieces to attack the square that the king is on. That way, even if the king gets checked, if it steps away, like a new piece can't really come in there to attack you because you can just capture that piece.
I like the knight c4 for DynamicDyno, just cementing that pawn on c3, and he plays it and just really saying
and attacking the bishop.
Terrible.
Oh, that bishop's gonna be pretty miserable.
Maybe. Oh, okay. He's grabbing a pawn. Although now a bishop could potentially win that knight if there's no other bishop coming.
No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with grabbing a pawn.
I would play rook a to d8 here.
This is also MOsipa really wants to play d3 and force the knight to move to play c4.
You can move the knight back, which also guards b7. Knight d6. Oh, he just let go of a knight.
The problem now is the time disparity is so huge. Even if Barry can make something on his board, now he's run out of material, so he won't have an attack here. But
now MOsipa is just taking every pawn in sight. There's more
Another
pawns to be
interesting
taken.
thing we'll notice is that neither team is using chat, which means they're both using voice, which is great.
That's interesting.
We encourage everyone to use voice.
Absolutely.
For Bughouse War Championship matches.
So much easier on voice. Oh, we could have seen a queen sack. Queen takes c7 would be interesting.
Yeah.
Followed by knight c5 or bishop takes pawn.
The other thing with the queen sack is that the bishop would have allowed DynamicDyno to win the queen back with a bishop check fork of his own when the queen was still on c6 or d5.
Ooh,
okay, well, he chooses to sack the queen in a different way.
Not really a fan of.
Pawn f7.
Now he's losing another piece here. Yeah, pawn f7 is still a thing. Pawn f7, then knight check.
As long as bishop didn't come, we could.
The time is actually equalized. Oh, he played the knight move first. He definitely should have played the pawn first.
Did you say the time's equalized in that both brothers have
no time? My bad. The time is not equalized.
Well, I mean, it has in a sense, just not one that's meaningful for it.
Oh, he finds the f7 idea.
Hey,
he just needs to drop the knight in g5.
Yeah, but
no, it's not made.
Yeah, no, we don't have a bishop on d5 anymore, so the e6 is covered.
I was gonna say we
are winning the queen. Not that it matters much in this situation.
Yeah, they're gonna need one of the players.
Pawn mates. But it's not gonna come. Oh, thanks so much for the raid from Mada. Let me give you a shout out. Oh, 4Player Chess is already on top of that. Really appreciate the raid. So for the raiders, this is Bughouse. And we are watching Bughouse World Championship match in the under 2000 section. and we're getting some commentary from our friends Scary Snakes, Cabbage, and is Physician still in here? I guess Physician left. Okay. So Scary Snakes and Cabbage. How did your stream go, Mata? Hope it went well.
Wow, he really wants to get mated on the light squares. We see bishop e6, bishop takes f takes, and then knight d7, blocking the king's escape.
So a bishop would be good for DynamicDyno.
He sees the free knight.
Their move quality is really good, but they're gonna have to learn to look for good moves instead of trying to find a great move. Because
promoted to bishop. Look! I love the bishop promotion. Maybe he won't take back.
Did my man MOsipa decide to undevelop his only developed piece? It's like, oh, that knight on f6 is too active. Let me bring it back to g8. Oh yes, covering the dark squares. They definitely need attention in this position. We've secured the e5 square, and now everything's okay.
DynamicDyno has been attacking all game and has won some material, so I'm pretty happy with the way DynamicDyno has played in general, but this problem is the time, where he's down 30 seconds.
Ironically, here, pawn is so good, I would actually continue to sit for it. But sitting forward requires BearyGoodAtChess to be moving fast.
That's a nice move.
BearyGoodAtChess did not see the knight was hanging, but that's okay. Wow, look at that king and that pawn structure from the f to the
take
b5.
This pawn. Please give this man a pawn. MOsipa.
Oh no, bishop takes a knight is still a thing.
Bishop takes knight and then pawn at f7 trapping. Oh, you got a bishop.
I'm sorry, I just about that one. What the hell is the position on MOsipa's board? I've never seen this in my life.
Oh, how are there? BearyGoodAtChess finds the royal fork.
So the weak square is c6 now. That should be what he's attacking. Oh, he's just sacking for pawns. I don't know why he's doing that. Oh.
He's trying to get into the position, so now he can drop.
So maybe queen at a7. If he could get a knight for a6, he would be in business.
He's probably going to drop a pawn there though to try to win the bishop.
Yeah, it's not going to work out so well because rook to b8 is a thing.
Yep. Now you might try to drop a bishop on a8 if. Actually, that's no. No, wait. He can actually take the knight. This is working out perfectly for them.
Barry, no, Barry.
Oh, he did miss that the knight on g5 was attacked by the bishop earlier. So, well, now he can definitely take the knight now, right?
Knight actually wasn't doing that much anymore because there was a rook on b7.
Knight mates for BearyGoodAtChess. Will DynamicDyno find it? A way to get him a knight. Oh, what? Oh, I see what's happened. So he doesn't see that the bishop's attacking c3, which is why he just hasn't been touching the c3 square at all. That makes sense.
And the Polish team is up by 1 minute on the British team.
I'm upset that MOsipa has been able to play like this and is not getting the punishment he deserves. It's
okay. Actually, a funny story. The 4th seed, right? So BearyGoodAtChess. They actually went 1.5 versus 8.5 against the top seed. So if they lose 8-0 here,
that's the bishop at e7. Bishop at e7 followed by a knight at c7 is a mate. Okay, pawn takes. Oh, queen can take. Okay, never mind.
That was really close.
It doesn't surprise me that this team was able to get a game and a half off the top seed. They're getting good positions. They could have won several of these games.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if they lose 8-0 here, then Who's the real top seed? You know? No, just kidding.
I mean, the problem with Dynamic Dyno and Very Good at Chess is like 100% time. Like their move quality is very good.
Yeah. I would say their move quality is at least 1200 Shank, probably a little bit higher if I'm just going based on this match.
Yeah.
They're getting better positions than their opponents consistently this game.
Yep.
To some extent, that's accounted for with time, though, too, because if they were required to move faster, then effectively their move quality wouldn't be as good. But definitely, I have to imagine it would still be good enough that they would be much stronger if they could just make a couple of more moves quickly. But honestly, improving your speed is much easier to do than improving your move quality. So Dynamic Duo and BearyGoodAtChess have the hard part down, and so I like their prospects long term as Bughouse players.
Absolutely. Is DynamicDyno going to win a sack as queen?
But I don't know why my brain has just permanently renamed him to Dynamic Duo.
No, it makes sense. I can understand. Oh, what? I don't like that. I would have taken the knight first at least, because now the queen could potentially develop.
Right. I'm about to make myself sound older than I ever have in my entire life. But I think the reason I keep calling him Dynamic Duo is because there was a Yu-Gi-Oh card, an old school Yu-Gi-Oh card called Delinquent Duo, and my brain keeps wanting to think back to that, and that's why he's Dynamic Duo in my head.
I never had like a Yu-Gi-Oh phase. I did baseball cards, I did magic cards. Oh, maybe just push the pawn.
Ace ball card. All right, who was your favorite player?
The thing about baseball cards is I did them just because that's what everyone did, and my brother was really into them. I was never really that into sports, so.
Oh, okay.
And when I say that into sports, like at all into sports.
But chess is a sport, so you were into the sport that mattered.
Yeah.
I said chess, but I of course meant Bughouse, which is the only version of chess that matters.
I've never heard of these cards before until today. Can you explain more about? No, just kidding.
That's a fork.
Right, the time despair. So it's still bad. Being down 18 seconds is not good, but it is better than it's normally been this match. So I will give credit where due.
An interesting move there would have been, well, not anymore, but before he had Rook F8 threatening Queen G4.
Oh yeah, that would have definitely been interesting.
Oh, I love this queen move. I love this queen move. We're boxing in the king, and now a pawn mates.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
nice find. Everything mates.
Or you could just trade it.
Not that queen move.
Yeah, he's gonna grab some material.
Oh, Joseph allowed Bishop D7. Oh, I think that is...
Yeah, a common mistake when you're first starting out in Bughouse, and also some of the like 2000 level people, is sometimes when you're in a mindset of defending, you just don't think about counterattack at all. Your mind goes 100% to defense, and I think that's what's happening here. He's just trading pieces. Oh yeah.
I was just saying, like, personally, I think I struggle with that a lot.
Oh, but I mean, yeah, your rating does start with a 2, so that could still that still falls in the category that I said. Yeah.
I feel like that was the most polite way of saying that I'm trash.
So our score right now is 4-0. This is the under 2000 section, so it is first to 8 with a win by 2 condition.
And we have a matchup between the 3rd and 4th seed.
The time has not yet come But I want you guys to be thinking about this so that you really know how you feel. In a little bit, I might be asking you a question. It may be centered
And
around whether
my
you
answer
do
is
or
going to
do
be
not
no.
believe.
My answer is going to be no.
I mean, hold on. I'm giving you time to think about it. You don't have to commit to it now. So
I'm going to commit.
really
I'm going to
think
say I
about,
don't believe.
So I see you answering, but again, I was asking in advance so you could really think about whether you do or do not believe. I'm going to put Chuck down for a definite maybe. So, Cabbage, I haven't officially asked the question yet.
That sounds a lot about
yes.
like the old Stephen Colbert routine when he was on the Daily Show, and even later on his own show, he would be like, he did this with a number of presidents, but it'd be like Donald Trump, great president or the greatest president, and he would ask that to like to guests who were just like far to the left, and they'd be like, I don't like Donald Trump, and they'd be like, I the great president or the greatest president? Be like, I no, and they'd be like, I'm gonna put you down for great.
I think it was onto something there. So
yeah, I mean they didn't. They clearly didn't like one of the answer choices, which means they supported the other one.
And I assume that sort of was your way of telling me that you do in fact believe. So that's good to know.
That's one way of interpreting it.
So e4 here from MOsipa.
Yeah. Or we could hang our queen.
Well, no, it's not hang.
Queen
So
trade.
queen a4 here. I think we should play. Yeah.
No,
that's
this is interesting.
This is great. Now, if he goes rook takes g2 check, and wait, actually he was in check.
Yeah, he was in check. Because rook takes g2, I play bishop takes king.
Yeah, but we're forcing most of us to sit for trade. Well, we force someone to sit. Either most of us to sit for a piece to defend with, or more realistically, he's going to counterattack here.
And he does get a knight, except he dropped his
Oh,
queen
but a
first.
bishop is a great. Oh, he should have put a bishop there.
Oh, and the queen trade is coming back, and he's not noticing it. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Never mind about this coordination I was talking about.
Yeah, if he'd put a bishop there, they would have been in a great position to win that game.
Ironically, like usually players are too hesitant to use the queens defensively, and queens are like the best defenders. So a lot of times it's better to use a queen to defend. That was not his problem though. He actually used the queen in a position where he should have used another piece to block.
Yeah.
Just quick update: Burritos and Firefly are still playing, and the match is currently tied 10.5, 10.5.
Okay.
More importantly, Burritos' rating is exactly 2,600, which is really good.
Yeah, that's why he's playing. That's why he's playing the game.
It's still too soon. You're not allowed to make that joke after what you did to me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call you out live on stream, but just everyone know Cabbage knows what he did.
I play chess for fun. That's what I do.
You crushed my soul. You took my heart, you crumpled it up, you threw it on the ground, and you stepped on it. And then you spat on it because you're like, this isn't insulting enough. I need to really know how worthless he is to me.
I want to dispute the spitting part.
And just to be clear, everyone, that wasn't what he did. Wasn't figurative. He literally crumpled up my soul and spat on it.
No, I didn't spit on it.
Wow, are you going to deny my truth? After what you put me through, you're really going to deny my truth? Okay.
I do think that's funny phrasing to deny one of the charges and not mention the others. And so this is something that actually happened and was trigger warning here. But so Mike Tyson at some point was being like hounded by the media, and he was quoted as saying something like, they called me a rapist and a recluse. I'm not a recluse.
That's very funny. But I also need to call out, I don't appreciate how you said this is something that actually happened. It almost implies that you don't believe that what I experienced happened.
No, my implication was more that the Mike Tyson thing sounds so like crazy that it must be apocryphal, but he did actually say that.
All right, I feel like you're telling me not to be insulted, but I still feel quite insulted. Okay.
Pawn at f2. Pawn at f2 is interesting. Pawn at f2, king over knight check could be a thing. And if pawn takes knight, then queen takes rook.
Oh, maybe queen at f2 is
queen at f2, that's good as well. I'm not... We'll call that plan B.
Joseph was like, I hear you, but I'm not trying to calculate.
Our score is now 6-0. Oh, Joseph ready to sack. And if you're going to sack, this is one of the times... Oh, no, not ready to sack. He's waiting for a trade. We are now at 7-0, match point. I was going to say, after h6, that creates such a light squared weakness that sacking can be good even without the extra material in hand. But yeah, mating is better.
Again? I kind of want to see f6 again.
Now we see h6 and the f pawn moving, but on the other side of the table.
Tell me right now. And I don't care about the truth. You know what I want to say.
I love this pawn march, by the way. I would play knight takes knight, then march the pawn again. Oh, that I don't play.
Yeah, that looked really strong.
I don't believe anymore.
Okay, pawn.
I haven't even asked the question yet, you jerk. Chuck, you seem more reasonable, so I'll ask you. Chuck, do you believe?
No, I do not believe.
Not gonna lie.
DynamicDyno
really
has a good position if his partner would ever move, which for some reason they're double sitting. But like if he were to have like two pawns, like pawn check, king up, queen takes b7, could have left the threat of something at c6 for mate.
He's gonna take on e6, isn't he? Oh no.
I heard Chuck say DynamicDyno has a good position. That sounds like belief to me. So we got one.
Had a good position. He no longer has it.
Don't take this from me. I have so little already. Cabbage, do you?
No.
I haven't asked the question. See, you did that. If you had answered yes to the question, Barry would have had the will to live on, but you crushed his spirits. He heard all he wanted was like, Cabbage, I just need him to believe in me, and then I know that I can come back. I know I can do better than this. And when you said no, you caused him to take that night. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Okay, so this match is over. Our final score is 8-0, favoring MOsipa and L. Josipov, the Polish team. So congratulations to them. There are There's no further Bughouse World Championship scheduled this afternoon. There is one at like 10:30 p.m., which I will try to cover, but no guarantees. We are not going to fill time until then. We're going to end at this point, find someone to raid. Looks like Joanna Tries is streaming, so that's probably who we're going to raid, but let's check the chess category first to see if anything else jumps out at us, if there's anyone streaming a chess variant of some sort. Thank you again to the raid from WNM Madalena Maria. Thanks for the commentary from Scary Snakes, Cabbage, and earlier Physician. And let's see. Oh, is there a titled arena going on Lee Chess? That's interesting.
On Lee Chess, yes. It's a Blitz arena though, so it's
okay.
No, just kidding.
Thanks for having me on, Chuck. It was a pleasure hanging out with you guys, even though you didn't believe. So I'm gonna head out. You guys take care.
Thanks for joining, Sneaks.
Yeah, thanks for joining. I think we're just gonna raid Joanna Tries. No one else is really jumping out at me. Joanna Tries She streams a lot of Crazy House. And she's playing Crazy House now, in fact, so that's wonderful. And she is also competing in the Bug House World Championship in the under 2000 section, partnering to Pepe Lu, who I believe is her husband at this point. They met through Twitch and got married. And they're both very into Crazy House, and wonderful to have them in the Bug House World Championship. Hopefully we can cover one of their games later on. If you haven't followed yet, I'd appreciate a follow so you get notified of my future streams. I stream mostly Bug House, which is this game. We also do some 4-player chess, Puzzle Rush Puzzle Battle, card game Bridge, Tetris, Keep Talking Nobody Explodes, Sudoku, and a few other games. Anyway, when you get to Joanna Tries chat, let her know where you came from, and be sure to drop her a follow. Have a great afternoon, everyone.